Hello everyone, I'm Chyill and welcome back to another one of my Rainbow Six videos. Today we will be taking a look at the newest map in the game, Coastline. Well, to be more specific, we will take a look at each of the objective rooms and I will share how I like to defend those rooms as well as some of my favourite spots to place Valkyrie's Black Eye cameras, Mira's Black Mirrors and Echo's Yokai drone based on how I think it will be good to defend those areas. And so having said that, please sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Okay, so for this guide, I will be using the bomb game mode to demonstrate what I have to say, simply because in the secure area and hostage game modes, you can sort of apply the same thing, but just for one room. Also, just so it is clear, for each objective area, I'll quickly run through how I usually like to defend the area, before I share some possibly useful Valkyrie camera spots, Mira Black Mirror spots, and Echo Yokai drone spots. Since we are doing this for all the objective areas in the video, and we don't want the video to be too long, let's just get right into it. Okay, so this is the sunset bar and the blue bar objective rooms. Let me just get my bearings straight. So this is in the ground floor, in the northwest section of the building. And so typically, when I'm playing in this objective room, I kind of expect people to come from this section here. So let's just knock this down. So they might come in through here because this lets them get like they got like this little room to sort of hide in and sort of peek and slowly shoot you and stuff from outside. And also this window here is also a good place for them to come in. You see here. Another place that they can come in is from this little corner here, and this is quite popular because like they can access both objective rooms from outside. So you can see they can just sort of hide here and shoot in there and shoot in there as well. So this is quite popular as well. And another way that they can come in is through this main office here, and they can sort of come in through here. They can put these are usually reinforced, and so you have like reinforcements, and they could have like a thermite or hibana blow some holes in there, and that will make it like quite hard to defend this room, because usually people can like just sort of camp out here, right, and they can pretty much like have like a whole view of this whole room, so it's quite hard to defend this room very well. Another way they can come in is through this hallway, of course here. And also, if they have thermite and hibana, they can try to blow through these walls here, because these will usually be reinforced as well on this side, right? So yeah, so typically when I imagine myself defending this room, usually you want to have someone with like a good gun, like something like Jaeger, Rook or something, where they can cover this window and of course this door and this, this people coming from these two directions, right? So you want someone, hiding sort of here and covering those areas. You'd want maybe someone else here to cover that door and people who jump in. Typically you'd want to take out like maybe this wall here or this wall here to give like access to the other room. Perhaps yeah, it's actually these two walls, because you don't want to be coming in between here, because like what I mean by that is you don't want to blow through this wall. It's because if you look over here, people going between the rooms through this wall here will be quite easily shot by people over there, and you give people coming through here a very good line of sight all the way through to bomb site A. If they take out this wall, you can see all the way through, which is not a good thing. So let me just blow a hole through here and I'll demonstrate. So typically you want one there, so you see you can go across here and it'll be covered from there, and all you need to worry about is that window, right? So you like come in through here, and when you're coming through to bomb site A, you sort of watch the window, watch the door kind of thing, And so yeah, I think and then usually you have someone maybe camping around here to watch the window, to watch this door. Hopefully these walls will be muted or bandit, bandit battery, so that no one can come in through here. So that's about how I would like to defend this room. You have one here, maybe one in the corner there, one behind the bar, one over here, and maybe one more to roam around and just to slow down the attackers a little bit, just roaming around. And so let's just get straight into the Valkyrie camera spots. A good spot to have your camera. Let's say you want to start by protecting this room, right? You want to stop people from coming through this room. So typically when people come through this doorway, right, they'll come in and then they're trying to attack into that room, this door or this wall. So they'll try to like peek around here, try to get like any sort of shots across, and try to attack that way. Either that or they could come and run like through this way, through this security room, and come in through here, right, to get to you. So a good spot for a camera here is in this little corner here. So you shoot out this top bit. So what you want to do is you want to get it on this beam here. So you try to aim it around here, and there you go. So what that would give you is, although it doesn't look like much, you can actually see quite a lot. Okay, if you right now this is blocking it a little bit, but if you shoot out this piece, okay, and you can now see quite a bit of stuff. You can see all down across the hallway over there. You can see sort of the defenders sort of waiting and camping over here. So this is a pretty good spot. And the best thing about this is that from outside, if they're not observant, they won't see that hole there, and they definitely cannot see like the camera. Even when they're here, this is the only part where they can sort of see the camera, but they're usually focused on this doorway that they might not see the camera over there. Over here, you can't really see the camera. Over here, you definitely can't see the camera at all. So I quite like this spot. There's probably a better way of making the hole a bit smaller and still being able to see everything, but this is a good spot. My next spot for you guys is to have a camera in this room, because typically people will come in from this side and all that, right, like I said previously. So usually they'll be hiding in this room and sort of trying to pick you off, So you want a camera in this room to protect enemies coming in through this room. So a good spot for this is to put a camera here. I think if you throw the camera on this bag, it will disappear, and that way I think you can sort of line it up in the corner here, and it should be fairly hidden. Of course, observant enemies will find it, but typically they want to come in and they'll be looking through this door, right? So they might not see it, and then people coming in through here, they probably will miss it as well, because they are trying to focus on the door. So this camera is actually pretty good. It is not that hidden, but what it allows you to do is you can see like this whole room, and that will give you a lot of info. What you can't see is someone standing in the door over here. Another camera spot that I like to have is well, they might try to push in from here, right, or from over here and stuff. And so typically you want to have like a camera out here. There is already one there, but typically people will take that out. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot to have a camera. Like sort of you can get it to blend in with the light and stuff. But I think it is pretty easy to miss, and it gives you a pretty good view of this hallway, this entire hallway. You can also hear people coming down the stairs as well. So if like someone's trying to peek through there to try to get the guy in the bar, and you can see the person, standing over there. So that's one. Another spot for a camera is out here, because sometimes people might try to blow up this wall. Sometimes people might be running along this hallway to get to the objective room. Another place that you can put a camera, which I quite like, is in this corner over here. You can sort of blend it in a little bit with the black black ceiling and black wall. So just like, you know, over there, and it's fairly hidden in a sense that because when people come in, their focus is on this side, right? So you can't really see it over there. But what this allows you to do is you can see this entire area. And so people waiting around here, you know, trying to blow that up, people running along the hallway. You can see on the right side, you can see people down the entire hallway. And so this is a pretty good camera spot when you are trying to defend the sunset bar and the blue bar. Okay, we are now upstairs at the hookah lounge, and this room is actually right above the sunset bar and the blue bar. So you can see sometimes people might try to come in and, you know, attack you from above. So if you have a roamer, and you might want to have a roamer, you can put like a camera over here. If you take out this, you can put one camera over here. It is fairly hidden, and what you can see is the room. Well, mostly. You can also take out this pod, but it might be a bit. Oh yeah, that works. You can see like the whole room, and you can see people coming in and out and trying to attack from above. So this is a good place to have a camera if you want to defend like this room up here, to prevent them from falling in. Another good spot for a camera is out here, because typically people will be camping over down here, over there, you know, like sort of going in and out of these covers, trying to attack through that window, and also the window down here in B. So you might want to have a camera up here, but at least out here, to sort of look after these windows and stuff. So I think you can just run out and sort of throw it along on the top of that wall. So at the start of the round, you take out the barricade, you run out, just throw it over there and run back in. And this will give you a pretty good eye on everything that's happening out here, right? You can see people coming up, people going through to this way into, you know, to attack the windows. You can see quite a lot from up here, and yeah, you can even see the whole platform up there. So if they're trying to attack into the hookah lounge, you can see it, almost everything up here as well. So this is a pretty good spot. I mean, it is quite obvious if attackers are trying to look for it, so you can try your best to throw it before you get detected, so they might not suspect that there's a camera outside. So on to Mira's Black Mirrors. As I was saying, you want to have like a hole here, right, to defend, to go between the objective rooms. A good spot to have a black mirror is to have it down here. So of course, usually you want to reinforce this wall, but why down here though is because if you take out this wall, right, now you can sort of defend against this window and this door by just popping it through, and you can see through this window. So typically this will be reinforced, but you can see through this and sort of defend the door and the window from here. Very nice. And why down here though is because people from over there, they cannot simply just shoot across and hit your gas canister from over there. Another good place to have a mirror is to have one behind here. I wouldn't put it on this wall because enemies from outside the window can shoot the gas canister on this side. So sometimes you might want to have someone hiding here. And if you put, like, if you reinforce this and you put a mirror here, right, this will be pretty good in like sort of keeping a check on that window, and so you can sort of just, you know, move out and shoot, or you can also check on this side here. So this is a pretty good spot to have a mirror, and it is also protected from enemies on this side. I believe if you are outside here, you can sort of just about barely shoot the thing, but typically you want to barricade up this doorway anyways. So that's a pretty good spot. This is a pretty good spot for a mirror. So another place that you can have for a mirror is along this back wall here. So because people will be looking from outside, so you want to hide your mirror in such a way that they can't shoot out that the gas canister. So because I've run out of mirrors, so I'll just use my shotgun to puncture a few holes. So if you put a mirror just about here, so this is what you can see, right? You can watch the entire courtyard area, and this might deter people from trying to attack from this side because you have a mirror here. So typically you can have someone sort of camping behind here, right? And they can watch outside, and they can watch the window, they can watch that door. So here's a pretty good spot. They can watch down the stairs over there. So here's a pretty good spot to have a mirror as well, to sort of look outside. Of course, all these walls will be reinforced, so you can't really shoot through until you take out the red canister. But at least if you see someone who is being very careless, you can hit the gas canister and can shoot them. So that's a pretty good spot as well. And one more spot I have for you is along this wall here. If you have like if you have a mirror over here, you can sort of watch the entire area, over there, and you can sort of pop in and out of this door and just sort of shoot them before they get you. Of course, the only downside of this mirror is that people can shoot you from outside there. So, you know, it might not be best, and they can shoot out the mirror from there as well. But if you know that they're not going to attack from this side, then this is a pretty good spot to have. So, on to Echo. Typically, you want to have a drone within the objective room itself for Echo. So, you know, like you can stop them from planting the bomb, or, you know, those sort of things. So, in this sunrise... I just realized I've been saying sunset bar the whole time, but it's actually sunrise bar. But anyway, sunrise bar, you can have this drone sort of around here, and here you can watch that window, you can watch that door, and even into the kitchen a little bit if this barricade has been taken out. And you can sort of, if they come in and plant, you can stop them. So this is a pretty good spot. I mean, Echo drones aren't usually that complicated because you can sort of move them about if you need to, you know. So if you don't like it here, you can move it a bit more, you know. So typically you want to, with an Echo drone, you want to cover as many entrances as possible. So if you stay up somewhere around here in the center of the room, usually won't go wrong, right? You can check, you know, like all these corners. So that's great. So that's one spot. Another spot is if you are trying to take care of this room, you can sort of have it just at the corner over here, and you can watch people coming in from here. You can watch people peeking, trying to peek through the door. I believe if I can get it right, get it up here, and you can see even the window. So you can, you know, watch this entire room. Of course, it might be quite vulnerable since I think you can hear the noise as an attacker, so it might be quite vulnerable, but at least you can watch the entire room here. Another spot for the Echo drone is in this room. So typically you want to watch this window, you want to watch that door, and that door as well. So a good spot to have your drone would probably be somewhere around here, you know. So you can sort of see across into that doorway and this window. So okay, I finally got it. So it is a bit fiddly because you need to make sure that the top is a bit flat. So you can watch outside this window, you can watch this doorway if someone tries to come through there, and you can also watch this doorway if they try to come in and plant. So this is a pretty good spot. Another spot for the Echo drone in this room to stop people from coming in here is the same spot as you would put a camera, a Valkyrie camera, which is up here. And this will give you about the same amount of intel from the camera, so you can watch people coming in here and over there as well. The final spot for Yokai drone would be up here in the hookah lounge, just in case you want to stop people from coming in through the hatch. And you can put the drone just about here, or maybe just a bit back, maybe around here, and you can have a good view of the door and also the window here, so you can stop people from coming in. Also, you can of course just turn around and see if anyone's trying to come in through here. And so yeah, that's about all for the sunrise and blue bars objective room. So now let's move on to the next objective room. Okay, so now moving on to the second objective rooms. So this is the service entrance and kitchen objective rooms. So typically, I think people will usually try to come in through this door because you know, they can just come in and sort of try to plant, and you know, there's not many ways for the defenders to sort of stop them from planting if they have like a montagne, sort of just standing here and blocking the way. So this is one way that defenders like to try to attackers like to try to come in from. Another way that they could come in from is from this main lobby area, because there's just so many different ways for them to attack into. So they can take out this wall, and that would allow them to see right into the service entrance. They can also attack in from here, from the hallway over here, and this will let them see straight into the kitchen. So this is one sort of one place where attackers can try to attack from. Another one is from over here. So when you come over this side, and they can attack from this door over here. So there's about and there's one more here. I think there are 4 in total of ways to get in. So sometimes it's very often actually that attackers will attack from out here as well, because they are quite protected and they can sort of attack into the kitchen. And then if otherwise, they can, you know, run over to this side and attack in through the service entrance. So so when we're defending in this objective room, I think that we need to look out for these few locations, especially this one and this window. They seem to be the more popular ones. I mean, this window and that door over there. So more focus will be on those two. These walls that people come in from here as well, but not as often. So yeah, I think that's how they usually come in from. So knowing that, I think it's best to defend these 2 rooms from these toilets here, as well as of course within the kitchen itself. The reason why we don't have a lot of people in here defending is because if they blow up this wall, you're quite exposed, and chances are this door will be blown open, because like attackers will try to attack from there. So I think it's best to at most maybe have one person in here, you know, so maybe occasionally covering from this angle, or maybe there's one hiding behind here and covering from here. At most, I think you just want one person in this room. The rest could be over in this room, and I don't think there's much point in reinforcing this whole wall, because you want to have maybe 1 or even 2 people defending within this room. So one will defend against people here coming through here. So perhaps he'll be from behind here and just sort of shooting out, and the other one will be checking the door from here. I think that's the best way to sort of defend against enemies. Of course, it's quite susceptible to frag grenades, so if you have a Jaeger, that'll be great, you know, to stop frag grenades. And from the kitchen, I mean, when you're trying to defend the kitchen, there's usually people outside, so perhaps you'll have one person maybe around here defending. Typically, you want to have like a way, right, to go between this room to the next. Of course, there's this doorway, which is a good enough way to get between the rooms, but sometimes you might even want to blow up this wall here, and that way you can sort of come in behind some cover, you see. So you can move between the rooms behind cover, and you can sort of surprise the enemy that way. So that's how I would sort of try to defend this room. You might even have one guy in the corner here to maybe prone and pick out whoever that's over there. Another option is to have some over on this side. If you know that there's no one coming from here, you can watch the window from this side. Of course, you try to have at least one roamer as well to slow the enemies down. So now that that's been said, like, you know, that's how I usually defend these 2 rooms. Let's get into some of the camera spots that I have for you. So my first camera spot that I have for you is over in this room. as you can see, this is a long hallway, right? And these walls are all, you know, if they have a thermite or hibana, they might be inclined to, you know, blow up some of these walls. So typically these will all be reinforced. Even these, okay, because these go straight into the service room. But I think the more important ones to mute or bandit battery would be this one. Because this one is really big, and then like people can be hiding like all the way behind here, and you generally don't want your kitchen to be exposed so much, because then you have nowhere to hide, and all you'd be left with is to hide like in this room. But here it's not so good because enemies will attack in from there. So you wanna make sure you protect these walls really well. And so the way you can do that is to have your camera spot around here. If you blow up this wall a little bit, I think I did it a bit too much. I think I just want to do that so that the back wall there still remains. Okay, and what you can do is you can put a camera sort of on the back panel. So something like so what you can do is you can put it in the back panel. So if I can get it right in the first place. There you go. So the grass will keep it fairly hidden. And people generally won't think too much about a hole in the wall. They might think, okay, maybe it's just a frag grenade or something. But this allows you to sort of keep a watch of the entire hallway, and as well as a bit of that stairs over there. So preferably, I think you can try to, because I messed up a little bit on the hole. If you can, like, leave that back panel right behind this grass, like this plant here, and you can have the camera sort of over here. And that will give you an even better view of the entire hallway. So that's my first camera spot for you. Another one that's also good is it's the same as the one in the first objective area. You can have one camera here, and the reason why this is good is because this allows you to see right into that room over there. Of course, you also cover a bit of the hallway, so it's another alternative to that spot over there that I just showed you. So this is another good another alternative. The third camera spot that I have for you is in this room, because you're trying to have information on them, because like when they're trying to attack into the toilets and into the service area, they might be hiding behind this counter here and attack through there if in case they blew up that wall. And so you want to have some information on them over here. And so a good place to, let me just get rid of the phone. A good place to have a camera here could be on this light, so you can sort of try to, if you can get it correctly. That's not very correct, but let me see if it still works. You can still sort of see quite a lot of things, so that works as well. But the point is that you want it to sort of blend in the environment, and so you can't see it very well. In this case, I didn't do a very good job, but you can see quite a lot of things over here. So you can sort of see them coming through that doorway. You can see them coming through the main entrance. You can see a bit of the stairs, and of course behind the counter. So this is a pretty good spot to have when you're trying to defend against enemies pushing through the toilets, because usually you have someone here, so if they can watch the cameras and sort of see when there's someone out here, they can just sort of shoot at them and stuff. Okay, so the fourth spot I have for you is outside here, because like I told you how like this is a popular spot to attack from. Usually you want to at least have like a camera out here to watch the outside area over here, and if you can, even over there. So what I like to do is before the round starts, I can wait here, and the moment it starts, I can come out and I'll quickly try to throw a camera over there and run back in. So that way, this will give you quite a good view of that whole hallway over there, whether if you can see like someone trying to go over there to attack the windows, or like if they're over here attacking the door. So this spot is quite good because it's typically when people come along and they try to attack into the into the door, they wouldn't sort of check up here. They would just run and, you know, come here and sort of watch the door. People running from this window over to the door might see it, but if they are sort of just, because here they're quite safe, right? There's no way they'll get shot from. So if they're sort of just running along, they might not even realize it. So it's quite easy to miss over there. So it's quite a good spot, but you can sort of see everything that goes on, like when they're trying to transition between that window and this door. So that's a pretty good spot. So that's about it for all the Valkyrie cameras. And so now we move on to Mira mirrors. So like I mentioned earlier, typically you want to be watching over that door on the other side, right? So a good way to do that is to have reinforce this. If you have a Mira, you can reinforce this. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to reinforce this because you want a hole over there. And you can put like a Mira mirror over here. So this gives you a good way to sort of keep an eye on people. And if you just sort of blow a hole through there, and you can sort of watch the door from here. The good thing about this is that it is hard for people even from over here to sort of try to take out the gas canister, as you can see. So this is a pretty good spot. If you don't want to reinforce this wall, it's fine as well, but I recommend doing it because otherwise it might be quite easy for them to just take out the wall, since they can just shoot a ash charge in here and the whole mirror will be destroyed and stuff. So yeah, so you typically want to reinforce that, have a mirror there, and you can watch the wall from over here. Another spot you can have a mirror would be up here, or down here, whichever you like. So the reason for this is that, let me just blow some holes for you. So you can see all the way across and even cover this entrance, like, you know, if people are coming down from the stairs or trying to breach through this these walls rather. If you have a mirror here, you can see, and then if you leave this part unreinforced, I mean, you don't even have to reinforce this, but let's say you leave this part unreinforced, right? So you can just quickly, if you see them planting, you just go up and just shoot at them. So this is a pretty good spot for a mirror as well. It's quite safe because, like, even if let's say enemies attack you from behind and you lost control of this room, even though they have the mirror, it's not too bad because all they can see is really just into this kitchen here. So you just sort of have to be careful a little bit with this mirror, but otherwise it's a good spot to sort of keep this whole wall under control if you know that enemies are attacking from there and the other side rather than this side of the map. A third mirror spot that I have for you is on this wall here. So if I just punch through, like, you know, all of these walls for you now, then you can sort of see what we can see on the other side. So look, knowing this, you can sort of have a mirror somewhere, maybe here, let's say. Okay, so if I reinforce this and I have my mirror here, and of course you will reinforce this as well, so this will be reinforced, these two, and you leave this unreinforced. Okay, so what you have will essentially be, you can see through, like, you know, almost this whole section here, and with this being unreinforced, you can just quickly transition and shoot them if you need to. And even if they blow up this hole, okay, so like let's say Ash shot a grenade launcher and blew up this wall here and made a hole, so it's like a, you know, another entrance right into the objective room. But the best thing is that these will still be reinforced and you will still be watching over when people are coming in. Of course, you have to be careful of people shooting you from the other side. But the best thing, even though they take out this hole, once they come in, all they can really see is this. Okay, typically you wouldn't have people like sort of defending from over there anyways, because they will be exposed from the door over there. You will be able to see a bit into the toilets, but typically you wouldn't sort of compromise like a defender's camping spot, so this is okay. And the only thing is when they come in, then they can see that. So you sort of have to make sure that the person standing here is ready for people who might come in from there. Of course, from across over there, you can see all the way through, but it's still not too bad, you know. Like typically you wouldn't have someone camping here the whole game anyways. You can do that from here. Like, you know, we typically try to blow up this hole, so people can defend that doorway through a hole on this wall, like, instead of being, you know, camping over there, especially once this wall has been taken out. So this is a good third spot for a mirror, I would say. And finally, we can even have another Mira mirror over here. So this spot is pretty good because if you have a mirror over here, yeah, it's not easily destroyable. I mean, by that I mean the enemy can't shoot your canister quite easily, and you have a good watch over that door over there. Typically this will be a hole here, right, as I mentioned, so you can easily just move over here and shoot at them, or you can even go through here and shoot at them. So this is also a good spot for a mirror. So yeah, so that's about, like, you know, the 4 mirror spots that I have for you. One here, one over there, one over here, and also one more at the end of that hallway to cover this area. And so let's move on to the echo drones right now. So a good spot to have your echo drone would be around here. You don't want your echo drone to be back against the wall, because that way you can't reach the enemies trying to plant over there. So if you move a bit closer, so about just the same as this bomb thingy here, and if you put your drone here, you can have like a good view even out into the office over there, like the main entrance. You can watch over the door. If they try to plant, you can shoot at them, and you can see a bit into the kitchen here. If they blow up that wall over there, you can also see to the end of the hallway. So this is a pretty good spot to have. So another spot you can have for the echo drone is in the kitchen here. If you put it up here also, you can watch outside the window. You can watch the door over here. If in case enemies are trying to push in, if they manage to blow out the walls, you can watch the walls, and also a little bit of the outside of this doorway as well. So this is a pretty good spot. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with echo drones, because if you just put them in the middle of the room, you can cover quite a lot actually. So that's another spot. Another spot I have for you for the echo drone would be over here. So if you put your drone sort of around here, you can cover down this hallway. You can cover a little bit into the sunrise bar, because people might try to attack you into the kitchen from the sunrise bar, or even the blue bar. So this is a pretty good spot. You can watch for Thermite trying to put his charges. Sort of, for the same reason that you have a Valkyrie camera over here, you have a drone up here to cover the same spots. Another spot that you can have this echo drone would be, again, kind of the same place as well, it sort of covers the same area. It wouldn't be the same place, but it covers the same area. So if you put the drone somewhere around here, you can cover this section over there, and you can see people coming down from the stairs. So just to protect this main lobby area. So this is a good spot. Another spot would be where I had the Valkyrie camera before. So this is okay as well, since people might try to hide behind this wall here to try to shoot into the toilets, or if they blow up a hole, they can sort of try to hide here and shoot in there. So this is a good spot to have an echo drone as well, to sort of keep watch of this area. And finally, I think this is a pretty decent spot as well, which is up over here. If I can just get it up there. So this allows you to cover most of this hallway. And as well as this little portion here, but this is not as good as obviously with the drone being here and stuff, but it's an alternative if in case you feel that it's very vulnerable here, because it is wide in the open, and if you don't want to lose your drone, it might be a better spot to put it there. So yeah, that's about it for this second objective area, the kitchen and service entrance area. I think that's about as long as I want to make this first part to be. Probably have a second part. I didn't know that it would be this long. But yeah, so I am going to split the video into two. So this is the first part. So stay tuned for the second part, where I'll go through the objective rooms in the second floor. So I hope you enjoyed this video so far. And yeah, just check out the second floor, the second part for the second floor objective rooms. And yeah, so keep gaming, stay chill, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.